Here. We'll have live team coverage from the airport and the skies.
And this is enough to bring you down to earth. Holiday shopping, but there are some changes this year you will want to know about.
I'm Ileana Bravo, live inside the operating room at Miami Children's Hospital for a Florida medical first. The first time a television station has gone live from inside the operating room during surgery. We will bring you the eye operation of a 4-year-old girl throughout this program, and she will probably see at the end of the operation. Stay with us.
And you can see it here next on the Channel 4 News at noon.
All pain relievers are not the same. Introducing aspirin-free Anacin maximum strength gel caplets. Strong against stubborn headaches, easy to swallow, gentle on your stomach. New gel caplets, the newest form in pain relief of aspirin-free Anacin.
This is a place of rest or a place of torment when nighttime pain keeps you awake. Get help from a name you know. New aspirin-free Anacin PM with a powerful pain reliever plus a gentle ingredient to help you sleep. So you wake up feeling fresh.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet, the pottery that grows. It's fun and easy. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, keep it watered, and watch it grow. And now grow a whole collection of fun with chia teddy bears, puppies, kittens, rams, bulls, turtles, bunnies, and a chia tree to keep your pets company. Chia Pets and Trees, the pottery that grows.
Chia Pets and Trees are available at Eckerd, Walgreens, Rite Aid, and Kmart. Makes a great holiday gift.
Stay with us. Channel 4 News. Teresa Rodriguez. Bob Mayer. Bob Weaver. Live. This is Channel 4 News at noon.
It's looking like a white Thanksgiving in Kansas, in Oklahoma, in Colorado. And that means travel troubles for turkey time. Good afternoon, everybody. Snow and storms plaguing travelers in the west, but here the travel trouble is going to be traffic. You're looking at a live picture now from Sky 4 over West Dade, where you can bet there will be bumper-to-bumper traffic in just a couple of hours. The road's expected to be the busiest in 7 years. More on that in just a moment, but first, a look at how those snowstorms are causing travel trouble at the airport. Channel 4's Hank Tester begins our team coverage live at Miami's airport. Hank?
Bob, 28.9 million Americans on the move here within the next few hours. Boy, is this going to be a lot of fun. We're here at MIA, and the traffic right now, well, frankly, not too bad. They tell me, oh gosh, probably about another half hour or so, things will really pick up. Now, if you're coming out here, if you're flying out, we have some advice for you. We talked to a SkyCap, and here's what he told us.
Another half hour or so, another half hour to an hour. We're going to be really busy here. We're expecting more of a crowd tonight at about between 5 and 7 o'clock.
Any advice for anybody coming out here?
Get here and get here early. I mean, as early as you can, because it's going to be wall-to-wall people here.
And how about marking your baggage and all that?
Well, that's the whole thing. You get here early, you get your bag marked, checked, you're ready to go. Get your boarding pass and ready to go.
New York and then Connecticut.
New York, it's cold up there.
Got 2 coats.
Yeah, but what's the deal? They could be here in Miami and in the Caribbean and having a great time.
But my grandchildren are up there.
Oh, that's great. How many?
2.
2. When's the last time you saw them?
August.
Home for the holidays, huh?
That's right.
You like that?
Yes.
So far, kind of quiet here at MIA, and no major weather delays. The Midwest and West Coast are open.
Thank God Denver's open. What? We might got stuck
Denver
over
is
here.
open.
Oh, yeah, they opened up Stapleton last night.
Airlines expect about the same amount of business as 1 year ago, maybe even a little less. The recession keeping folks home this Thanksgiving, and maybe making that airline trip right around Christmas time. Well, the key word there, the key information is Denver is open. Those of you who travel around this country know Denver's a hub for a lot of airlines, so that's going to make things a lot better. I'll tell you what, not bad here right now, but I wonder what things are like around the city as we warm up for this Thanksgiving Day holiday. Let's talk to my friend Ed Odell, high above Miami. Ed?
Hank, how you doing? You're down there at Miami International Airport. I'm not too far away. I'm out here over the Turnpike extension. Now, there's not too much traffic out here right now today, but you know what it's like at other times. there's going to be a big gift that the state of Florida is going to give Florida drivers and people down here. They're going to suspend all construction and take down the barricades from noon, from right now, noon today, through the holiday weekend. Of course, that's going to make traveling a lot easier. As I said, there's not much traffic out here at noon, but you know what it's like during the evening rush hour time. Well, it's just simply a nightmare. Cars are everywhere. It's something that we're all trying to live with, but you know we hate it. Traffic jams, commuter nightmares, parking lots on things that are supposed to be expressways. It's a heartbreaking change of lifestyles on our highway, and the reasons, well, it's a matter of sheer numbers.
Since Hurricane Andrew, traffic on Florida's turnpike has doubled. The Dolphin Expressway is extremely busy as well. It has to handle 115,000 cars a day. Traffic on the Don Shula is up 30% since the pre-Hurricane Andrew days. The same thing has happened on the Palmetto Expressway. It's jammed. Traffic increased by 15%. And Chrome Avenue is a traffic jam heaven, now handling nearly double the number of cars as before August 24.
Now, one of the things that has been happening is a lot of the people that were displaced down in South Dade have now moved up to North Dade. But as to show you the expressway, what happens is they moved up to North Dade, they moved up to Broward, but they do a lot of traveling back and forth, and it causes a lot of problems. Plus, all the people that work in construction that have come down to visit us, Bob, they have come down and they are causing and adding to the construction woes. I mean, to the traffic woes, that is.
Ed, Odell, just a quick clarification here. South Dade motorists got a break after Andrew for a couple of months when they suspended tolls at the toll booths. Now you say they're going to suspend temporarily the construction and the barricades, but the tolls will be paid as usual, correct?
Tolls will be paid as usual. That gift is over. Right now, what they're thinking about is the flow of traffic to have all lanes open. Because you know, some jobs are letting people off early so that they can leave for the holiday weekend. Well, as of noon, as of right now, the lanes are going to start opening up, so there will be more lanes for people to move in.
All right, Ed, Hank, thanks to both of you. Teresa?
All right, Bob, thank you very much. So what is the weather outlook going to be for Thanksgiving for those of us who live here, as well as those folks who may be planning to get out of town? Well, let's check in with Weaver, the weatherman, and that looks pretty messy.
Well, that's just what it is. It's pretty messy. I wish I had a lot of good news for folks.
We're pretty clear, though.
Well, we're okay here for now. North Florida is not. But what you're going to find wherever you go is going to be a delay, one sort or another, either by air or on the ground. The storm itself now is beginning to change. It's starting to weaken. It's starting to fill. So I think the hardest part of the storm is just about over, but it doesn't mean it won't be spreading a lot of moisture up through many sections of the country. You're going to find delays all up and down the East Coast, showers, thunderstorms, snow to the north, a lot of snow. Watch the circulation right there. There's the snow here and snow all the way up to the north. They had heavy amounts of snow out west. That's just about gone, and cold air now is beginning to pour into the country. So if you're going anywhere, here is what you will encounter. All up and down the East Coast, showers and thunderstorms. You get back to the Lakes region, hazardous driving all through that section because of the snow, and of course that's all going to freeze tonight. And then out west, it's sunny, but really very cold with temperatures in the afternoon about 10 to 15 degrees. I'll have more later. Right now, here's Teresa.
All right, Bob. Well, some other holiday worries. The Christmas shopping craze. Now, usually the biggest shopping day of the year is a day after Thanksgiving. But Jerry Helfman says a day before is also getting a lot of play this year. Right, Jerry?
That's right, Teresa. Friday is usually the biggest shopping day of the year, but things are changing. If we ask Carol here at the Pembroke Lakes Mall at the Gift Wrap Customer Service Center, your fingers feel like Friday has come and gone. Right, Carol?
Getting a lot of experience today.
Has it been busy, or are people shopping early this year?
Seems to me they're shopping early, yes. I've been doing a lot of gift wrapping, a lot of rental strollers, wheelchairs, a lot of people.
The consumer confidence surveys are up. Everyone's predicting it's going to be a good year for retailers, but South Florida in particular, there's a lot of people from South Dade up here, you know, from the hurricane, spending insurance money. Are you seeing any of that?
Yes, in fact, I did have a gentleman who came in and spent some that he had from Allstate Insurance.
So do you think it'll be a busy day today and more people will stay away on Friday, or do you think Friday's still the big day?
I think we're gearing up for Friday to be the big day.
And what about today?
Actually, we hadn't planned on today being as busy as it is right now, but it looks like it's going to be.
Okay, well, we've sort of walked the mall, and stores are doing more to lure customers early. I mean, look at this window right here. This store is called Things Remembered. Take a look. Sale, 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 sale. I mean, it's likely that you would not get anything cheaper in this store the day after Thanksgiving as you would the day before. We were talking to this lady earlier, Kathy Menendez, the manager of this store. You don't believe Friday's the biggest shopping day of the year anymore. Why not?
Not anymore. People just don't want to fight the crowds. They don't want to fight for parking spaces, and this stuff's going to be on sale way through Christmas, so they'll wait till after the holidays are over. They've eaten all their food, and then they'll be in.
And so your company has put things on sale long before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this sale's run since November 2nd, and it's going to continue through Christmas.
And what are you expecting today? Any crowds today?
I don't think so. I think people are getting ready for tomorrow, and then Saturday we're looking to see them start coming in.
Okay, Kathy, thanks. And that's what a lot of retailers that we spoke to in the mall tell us. They say that they believe that most people are in the grocery stores and home cooking today, and tomorrow, or rather Friday, is the day they'll be here at the mall. But for those people who do want to get some early shopping, a lot of the stores have pre-Thanksgiving sales, and you can get just as good a deal today as you can on Friday.
Hey, Jerry, are retailers seeing folks coming in and buying perhaps more housewares? Well, this year, since a lot of, like you mentioned, a lot of hurricane victims have gone up north to shop for things for the home.
It's probably a good question. We will maybe walk into Sears a little bit later and ask some people that question right here. I'm not really near a houseware store, Teresa, so I can't give you a good answer, but we'll find out if people are buying those kinds of things. Maybe people are shopping differently this year.
Right. And Jerry, another question. How come you always get these assignments?
You know, the thing is...
Just kidding. All right, dear. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bob?
There will undoubtedly be lots of holiday traffic upstate through Interstate I-295 because of the AAA ruling that it is going to lift its warning. It has, in fact, lifted its warning in connection with driving that expressway. But listen to this. Charges against 2 teenagers have been dropped now in connection with that I-295 sniper attack. The teens appeared in court yesterday. The attempted murder charges stemmed from a July drive-by shooting that left a woman partially paralyzed. The state attorney dropped charges because there was insufficient evidence to try the 2 teenagers. The photo you are looking at now is that of a man police say have been after a long time. Today, Michael Twist is finally under arrest. Twist is wanted for as many as 5 recent armed bank robberies in and around Fort Lauderdale. The ex-con also wanted for a 1989 Plantation Bank heist. He's being held in federal custody.
Well, it's back to Tallahassee for William Lozano, March 1st. The trial date set this morning for the latest round in the manslaughter retrial of the ex-Miami cop. It will be held in Tallahassee, but attorneys for Lozano say they will continue to try and get the trial set somewhere else. And in Portland, Oregon, a jury deciding if a man infected with HIV tried to commit murder through unprotected sex. The case against Alberto Gonzalez went to the jury yesterday. Now, prosecutors say Gonzalez had unprotected sex with a 17-year-old woman to purposely infect her. So far, the woman has tested negative. Well, she's only 4 years old, but she's about to undergo a medical miracle that will let her see. Now, it is just about to happen at Miami Children's Hospital, and for the very first time in South Florida TV history, we will be seeing it live and exclusively right here on Channel 4. Ileana Bravo is there. Ileana.
Hi, Teresa. Yeah, I'm glad that you said that because we have to stress how unprecedented this is. It is the first time in Florida, obviously in South Florida, that a television station has been allowed to broadcast live inside the operating room. It's only been done a couple of times in the entire nation. Now, this case involves a 4-year-old girl. Her name is Melanie Rada. You see her lying there on the operating table now. The ophthalmic surgeon just moving the microscope over her face. She is cloaked, obviously, in blue, all sterile equipment. And there is a microscope, as I said, that will give them a 3D magnified view of the child's eyes. Now, we're not going to switch to that quite yet because I want to tell you a little history of the child. As I said, she's 4 years old. Her name is Melanie Rada. We shot some videotape of her at home yesterday with her parents. I'd like to show her to you now. She's a precious little child. For the last 3 years, she has suffered from a blood disorder. It's essentially a chronic anemia, and because of that, the treatment has been high doses of steroids, cortisone specifically. Well, the side effects of cortisone are they create cataracts. So this child's eyes have literally been covered by cataracts, which has clouded her lenses and have made her blind. What the doctors are going to do today, back live now in the operating room, are to remove those cataracts. Let's switch to that microscope that's hooked up to a camera. As you can see, the child's eye, one of her little eyes, and they are going to be going in there with that microscope, and a tiny needle will make 2 incisions, each less than 1 millimeter in size. Then there will be a cutting instrument, which is essentially, the best way I can describe it is like a mini guillotine, which will eat away at the cataracts and then suck them out. It is the hope of these physicians. The ophthalmic surgeon here at Miami Children's Hospital is Dr. Cleve Howard. He is assisted today by Dr. Melissa Jablons of Bascom Palmer, that at the end of the 2-hour operation, this child will be able to see again. Now, cataract surgery in and of itself is not miraculous. It is done all the time. It is mainly done on elderly patients, but in this case, it will give the gift of sight to a child who at this point cannot see. So we will be here throughout the broadcast, throughout the program, continuing to bring you live updates. We hope to talk to Dr. Howard as soon as he has a chance to do that. Back to you for now.
Ileana, thank you very much. We, of course, will be checking back with you momentarily. Bob?
Well, we're not going to tell you it's safe to swim in the Miami River, but we can tell you that beaches from Golden Beach to Miami Beach are supposed to be okay now. The Dade Health Department says bacterial pollution is within acceptable limits following the release of raw sewage into the river. But there is a but. Keep away from beaches around Key Biscayne and the Rickenbacker Causeway. They are still contaminated. Another blow for the Castro regime this noon. The captain of the Cuban Merchant Marine and the head of the Cuban intelligence on the ship both defect. Captain Filiberto Abreu was in charge of the South Island ship. Raul Naranjo was the general secretary of the Communist Party, in charge of making sure no one on board defected. The two say Cuba is on the threshold of social violence. We'll have more on the story coming up tonight at 6.
Well, it's back to the chalkboard for the Broward County School Board. Year-round school is officially out. After an angry and heated debate, the board voted down a measure yesterday to set up a pilot year-round program at 8 Broward schools. Classroom overcrowding is a big problem in county schools. School officials must now look for other answers to ease that problem.
Straight ahead on the Channel 4 News at noon, Michigan says it's got the cure for Dr. Death. Now lawmakers are striking back.
Bad news for former presidential candidate, former Senator Tsongas, will be spending time in the hospital.
And Bob Weaver has our Thanksgiving Day weather forecast coming up.
The changing point in my life was when I couldn't fit in an airplane seat. I was always able to lose weight. I was never able to keep weight off. From the very first day I walked into Jenny Craig, I was learning to keep my weight off. I learned to control my portions and look at food in a different way. I learned to change my habits. I can handle any kind of eating situation. Here I am. I'm keeping it off.
Call us right now and lose all the weight you want for just $1 a pound. Pick up the phone and dial 1-800-92-JENNY.
If you've been hiding from nighttime cold medicines,
No, not that.
there's a medicine you'll like.
This is different, dear.
Robitussin Night Relief. It relieves your sneezing, sniffling, aches, and coughs without alcohol, unlike that other nighttime cold medicine which has 25% alcohol.
Thanks.
It's the kind of relief you'd expect from Robitussin. New Robitussin Night Relief.
Sleep tight.
Nighttime cold medicine from a name you trust.
You know what a fouled-up septic tank can smell like, and the cost of tearing up your yard to fix one? With Enforcer septic tank treatment, they probably wouldn't have to face these problems. Every other month, I simply pour septic tank treatment in the bathroom bowl and flush. And Enforcer is the first septic tank treatment certified to be environmentally biodegradable. Enforcer septic tank treatment keeps my septic system working like it was designed. Another problem solver from the Enforcer family of home care products.
Funerals are for the living, my father said. So he planned his while he was still vibrantly alive. Nobody asked what would Dad have wanted. This was what he wanted. And it almost seemed his spirit sang at the funeral. His presence was so strong. Mom even smiled at times. Riverside Gordon remembered every detail, just as he wanted it in the Jewish tradition. Thank goodness for Riverside Gordon.
All right, let's take a look at Wall Street this noon, the day before Thanksgiving. The Dow Industrials at 11:30 at 3261, up about 12 points. Volume 85 million shares. The Nasdaq at 640, down about a half. Volume there. There it is, 78,566,000.
Did you know that rice has complex carbohydrates?
I knew that.
And did you know that rice is part of a wholesome diet?
I knew that.
This is Kellogg's Rice Krispies. A lot of people don't know that each Rice Krispie is made with a real grain of rice.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't know that. A lot of people didn't know that.
For everyone who didn't know that Kellogg's Rice Krispies is made with real rice, we have one question. What the heck did you think it was made with?
I don't know.
Okay, Ralph. Smile, Ralph.
Why does Eckerd System 2 give you 2 great sets of prints? So you can share. System 2, 2 prints, 2 rolls of film, only at Eckerd.
Since Eckerd always accepts their competitors' photo coupons and advertised specials, shouldn't their competitors always have to guarantee quality as good as Eckerd?
Other insurance companies turned me down, but Florida No Fault said yes. I wanted a low down payment and low monthly payments. Florida No Fault said yes.
It was easy. I just picked up the phone and called them. Florida No Fault said yes.
Call now for your quick and easy price-saving quote. We insure everyone with low down payment and monthly payments. Florida No Fault says yes.
Florida No Fault said yes.
Gotta know the weather? Call the 4 News Weather Phone. In Dade, 358-8000, code 4444. In Broward, 731-7000, code 4444. It's free and a service of the Real Talk Yellow Pages and Channel 4 News.
Return to the magic of childhood at Santa's Enchanted Forest. With over 1 million twinkling lights, Santa's Enchanted Forest makes holiday dreams come to life. Now through January 3rd at Tropical Park.
Now, Channel 4 News at noon continues.
The Michigan State House is sending a message to the so-called Dr. Death. We don't want your business. Now, it's approved a temporary ban on assisted suicides. Channel 4's Marianne Murciano is here with details. Marianne.
Teresa, the bill makes it a felony for anyone to help someone kill him or herself. The State House voted on the measure just one day after Dr. Jack Kevorkian helped 45-year-old Catherine Andreev kill herself by inhaling carbon monoxide. She had terminal cancer. Let's take a look at what happened during yesterday's debate.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
That was the unanimous reaction to Dr. Kevorkian's 6th assisted suicide. As Teresa Hobbins watched the debate, she too was angry at Kevorkian, but for a different reason. Teresa suffers from incurable cancer and wants the legal right to a doctor-assisted suicide.
I would really like to send a message to Dr. Kevorkian that his timing stinks. For him to pull that just before they're getting ready to vote on this commission was way out of line. And he did it because of his own pathetic ego.
Teresa has a form of bone cancer that her doctors say is slowly killing her. She says she'll keep fighting until the end, but then she wants to die quickly and in peace.
I know what this disease is capable of. And I don't want to lay there and have holes in my bones, and they go in your head, or have tumors in my head or in my bones. I don't want to go completely out of my mind. I don't want to be drugged up so bad that I don't know who anybody is. And just to lay there and suffer until I die.
The future for Teresa and many others who want Dr. Death to help them die looks grim. Although it still needs approval of the Senate, it looks like it's just a matter of time. Unlike 28 other states, Michigan has no law on the books right now banning assisted suicides. If passed, the measure would take effect April 1st. But until then, Kevorkian is free to be present at more suicides. Now, if this bill passes and Kevorkian does it again, he could get 4 years in prison and a $2,000 fine. Teresa?
Now, do lawmakers really think this is going to stop Kevorkian from assisting in more suicides?
Teresa, you've got to remember that this is the guy who says it's an honor to be called Dr. Death, and he says the legislation is irrelevant. He is going to continue to counsel patients.
You could always leave Michigan, too. That's another option.
But his lawyer says it doesn't look like that's going to be happening.
All right. Thank you very much, Marianne. Certainly a story that we will continue to follow.
Well, he battled the best in the race for president. Now, former U.S. Senator Paul Tsongas is battling cancer again. Doctors say the lump found in his abdomen will be treated with radiation. This is the second time Tsongas has developed cancer. In 1984, the Massachusetts Democrat quit the Senate to successfully fight off lymphatic cancer. It's being blamed now for causing everything from headaches to murder. But today, the FDA says it'll not take action against Upjohn for allegedly hiding reports on the adverse effects of its sleeping pill Halcyon. In May, a government panel ruled the pill was safe, but should carry a stronger warning label. Upjohn says the FDA's finding has exonerated it and its employees. And now we'll go to Bob Weaver on the weather. Robert?
Well, as you know, it's holiday time, but for a lot of folks around the country, it's not much of a holiday. Take a look at what's happening, or what did happen in Denver. This was just about 24 hours ago. The storm now has pulled out, but they had a horrendous time, between 10, 15 inches of snow. Roads were closed, almost impassable, but like anything else, when there's snow on the ground, there are kids having a great time. And that's what happened, but other folks were not having a great time. You can see people had to shovel the snow away, and one nice thing about here in South Florida, you can't shovel partly cloudy. And there it is. Take a look at all that nice weather out there, sunny skies, temperature going to get between 85, 87 degrees. Right now, 82 in Miami, the beach 82, Lauderdale 82, Kendall 83, and West Palm Beach is 84 degrees. Now, let's take a look at the national weather picture, and again, see the storm? A lot of snow to the middle of the country, but it's going to lessen now as the storm begins to weaken, but it's still going to be strong enough to cause a lot of problems all up and down the coast, over North Florida, showers and thunderstorms, snow and sleet through some of the northern areas. As nighttime comes and temperatures plummet, a lot of the roads are going to be icy, so the problems remain for travel. As far as we're concerned, though, no major problems. It's going to be a nice day today and another nice day for Thanksgiving. Stronger winds tomorrow. That's about the only rub in the weather. The winds are out of the southeast 10 to 15. The seas will be 2 to 3 feet. Waters today will have a moderate chop. Temperature of the water about 80 degrees. Now, overall, for the forecast, look for warm weather for today and for tomorrow. Then after that, some slight changes will take place. But as you can see here, the sea's 2 to 4 feet today. Tomorrow, they'll be up to 4 to 6 feet, and probably some type of small craft caution will be coming out. If you are traveling anywhere throughout the state, North Florida is going to be wet for Thanksgiving. The center portion of the state will be cloudy early and then clear up and become partly sunny. Temperatures in the 80s in the afternoon. But the next day, temperatures will fall again as the cold front begins to move through. Partly cloudy weather and a few showers here for today and tomorrow. Now, as you look at the next 4 days, here's the way we break it all down. For Thursday, we'll call it on the sunny side, just a few showers. For Friday, for a good part of the day, it's going to be nice. Late Friday, early Saturday, you're going to have some showers around, and then Sunday, it's going to turn a little bit cooler. The overnight temperatures probably in the low 60s, afternoons in the mid-70s. That's the weather. Here's Teresa.
All right, Bob. Could we be returning to the summer of love? Concert promoters thinking about a Woodstock return. That's right. The town of Bethel has tentatively approved plans for a 25th anniversary of the festival. And more than 400,000 people traveled to the New York farm owned by Max Yasgur for the original Woodstock back in 1969. I had to ask a few people about that, see if they remember the farmer's name.
I bet this time they bring RVs, air-conditioned RVs,
different, yeah.
and televisions. Well, if movies are more your kind of entertainment, you've got your wish. Disney's Aladdin opens nationwide today. The movie about a boy and his genie stars Robin Williams as the voice of the genie, and the voice of Aladdin, well, it belongs to 17-year-old Broward native Scott Wenger. Wenger? What is that? What do you think? Wenger. Okay. The music in the animated movie from the same team that put together the music for Beauty and the Beast. Sally Jessy Raphael is the queen of chat. Earlier this month, she taped several of her shows on Miami Beach. And today at 4, you can catch the secrets of sexy teen models. Oh, right here on Channel 4.
Protecting your car from creeps. Next on the Channel 4 News at noon, part 1 of our special series tells you how to avoid becoming a highway robbery victim.
This guy's no angel anymore. A shocking admission from Curtis Sliwa. And a gift to President Bush. It's a real turkey. What's he going to do with it? Next.
Coming up next, What's Cooking? Brought to you by Winn-Dixie.
Over half a century of experience. The finest U.S. choice beef. Naturally aged. Specially trimmed. That's what it takes to earn the WD brand from Winn-Dixie, the beef people.
We are a nation of immigrants and the children and grandchildren of immigrants, and we love the idea of equality of opportunity. We may not end up with what we want, but we at least like to have the feeling that we had a shot at it. Equality of opportunity was extremely important to the people who came through Ellis Island, and it's even more important to their descendants. And that desire to have equal opportunity has had an enormous impact on the way we eat in this country. In past centuries, you could always tell who the most important people were at a dinner table because they were eating the most important parts of the meat, fish, or poultry. The life-giving protein in the flesh was the most valued part of a meal, and that food was usually cooked whole and brought to the table in one piece. As it was carved, the most valued parts went to the most valued people. The person who got the breast was more important than the person who got the neck. And that was an unacceptable system to our equality-loving hearts. We are attracted to systems that appear to be free of hierarchy. One result of that is that more and more of our food is pre-cut, pre-measured, and pre-processed into a shape where one piece is totally undistinguishable from the next. To a great extent, the success of the hamburger, the fish stick, and the chicken nugget is the result of our love of democracy. From Ellis Island, that's What's Cooking for today. I'm Bert Wolf.
Today on Channel 4 Daytime. At 1, it's Emmy Award-winning Santa Barbara. At 2, Another World. Then Days of Our Lives at 3.
On the race course, where excitement runs wild. Are you ready for excitement? Are you ready for some fun? On the race course, where excitement runs wild.
Exciting stakes action throughout the entire Thanksgiving weekend. Special Thanksgiving Day post time, 11 a.m.
Thicker! We want our new Charmin to be the thickest ever.
Not to worry, Chief. I've hired a consultant. No one makes it thicker than clouds. May I? A touch of clouds. And it's thicker. Much thicker. It's the softest, thickest tissue there is. My pleasure.
The thickness of clouds plus the softness of Charmin. We'll call it Ultra, because it's the best.
Now there's Charmin. Unsqueezably soft, cloud thick Charmin Ultra.
It's the softest, thickest tissue there is.
Here's a special advance notice for Floridians on Medicare from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Florida.
Congress has recently announced Medicare's benefits will be cut back again on January 1st. That means you'll have to pay more than ever before. Do you have the right coverage to fill Medicare's increasing gaps? If you don't know or aren't sure, call Blue Cross and Blue Shield toll-free. You'll get this special report prepared for their members on Medicare's upcoming cutbacks. You'll also learn how you can have Blue Cross and Blue Shield's increased coverage to help offset these reductions, ready and waiting on January 1st. So call today for this free special report from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida.
If you're not covered by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, call 1-800-972-3400 for your free special report. That number again is 1-800-972-3400. Call now.
Bring the this specially marked Pepsi can to the Broward County Fair on November 24th or 25th and ride all day for just $10. Fair admission not included.
Now, Channel 4 News at noon continues.
And welcome back to the Channel 4 News at noon, taking a second look now at today's top stories. Travel troubles across the country on one of the biggest travel days of the year. Snow in the west giving air travelers fits, while here it's traffic troubles thanks to Hurricane Andrew. Holiday shopping on the minds of others. Retail sales expected to be up for the first time in years. And today stores are getting ready for Friday, the biggest shopping day of the entire year. And Michigan takes a step towards squashing Dr. Death. The House there approving a measure that would make assisting the suicide a felony. Dr. Jack Kevorkian has helped 6 people kill themselves there in the last 2 years.
Well, we told you about 15 minutes ago about the medical miracle surgery to give a 4-year-old little girl her eyesight. It's a South Florida first as the operation takes place live on television. And Ileana Bravo has an update. Ileana?
Well, Teresa, the good news is that doctors are almost completing the little girl Melanie's left eye. They have almost totally removed the cataracts. Let's switch to that microscope camera so that you can see exactly what's going on now. And let us peek over here and talk to Dr. Melissa Jablons. What are we seeing, Dr. Jablons?
Well, as you can tell, we've pretty much removed all of the cataract. That central ring that you see there, you can see a nice red reflex, we call it. That's where the cataract has been removed, and now you can see the back of the eye. You can see Dr. Howard has the instruments in the eye right now, cutting out a little bit of the vitreous jelly, but we're pretty much through with this eye.
So essentially what looked cloudy before, now suddenly we see more red, and that's because the cloud has been lifted?
Right. It used to be white, and now we've taken out the white cataract. Now you can see the red back of the eye clearly.
And I don't want to interrupt Dr. Howard there, but so far everything has gone smoothly, no complications, Doctor?
Going very well. Very well.
So what will happen next is that you will complete this left eye and then start on the right eye.
Exactly. We're pretty much done. We're going to put in a couple stitches, and then we'll move on to the right eye.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Howard, Dr. Jablons. We will stay in here for the entirety of the operation and obviously until this program is over, and hopefully we will bring it to you when they are completed with the right eye. And if everything goes as they think it has gone so far, she will be able to see at the end of this operation. Again, an unprecedented moment, a very exciting moment for all of us in television. Back to you in the studio.
Ileana, just to clarify, when did the surgery actually start?
It started at around 11:30, and it's roughly around 11:30. And, of course, the prepping and so forth is one of the more complicated things. The child is under general anesthesia, so they had to do a lot of things in order to get her ready.
And as soon as they take off the bandages, which would be at about what time do you suspect? Will they be able to know if she can see clearly?
Obviously, when they're finished with the operation, which may be close to 1 o'clock, then what has to happen is that she has to go into recovery, the anesthesia has to wear off, and then they have to feel probably another half hour to 40 minutes before they can take those bandages off, and they can see for sure if she can see. But we may know close to 1 o'clock, and definitely if we don't know specifically at 1 o'clock, we're going to bring you that story in its entirety in the 5 o'clock news tonight.
Okay, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Thank you very much, Ileana. See you in a little bit. Well, we have breaking news into the Channel 4 newsroom. On one of the busiest travel days of the year, a train derailment near Los Angeles. Now, it happened when the Metrolink commuter train smashed into a city trash truck. The truck driver was killed and at least 8 others were injured. 75 people were on board when it happened. There you see the train. The train was out of Santa Clarita in California.
The issue of abortion controversial around the world, of course. The Irish voting today whether to change its laws. 3 proposals being considered. The first, to allow women to leave the country to have abortions. The second, permitting abortions to save the mother's life. And the third, permitting the distribution of information on abortion. Ireland is predominantly Roman Catholic, but bishops there have not yet taken a stand on the issue. A message to the U.S.? Well, members of the General Assembly approving a resolution that calls for nations to ignore the U.S. trade embargo on Cuba. European and Latin American nations in the UN say the embargo is excessive punishment for a struggling country. They consider it bullying by the U.S. Only the U.S., Israel, and Romania voted against the resolution.
Well, Bob, we find out today who will head Clinton's so-called cluster groups, which will review the operations of government agencies. Now, they will also help fill about 3,000 top jobs. Clinton is also working on selecting the members of his cabinet. He met with Texas Senator Lloyd Bentsen, mentioned as a possible Treasury Secretary, and with Colorado Senator Tim Wirth, possibly to head the Office of the Interior or Department of Energy. Well, Al and Tipper Gore are heading out in the Keys for a week of R&R with no scheduled public appearances. They're staying at Little Palm Island, an exclusive resort about 3 miles off Little Torch Key. Now, the resort can only be reached by ferry, and they arrived last night from the Capitol, where Tipper got a tour of the Vice President's residence. I'm sure they'll enjoy that little vacation, a getaway, no cameras.
I'm sure that was a fun visit, too, with Marilyn.
Oh, I'm sure that was fun.
Things haven't been going so well for the Bushes lately, but they, too, will take the time to say thanks tomorrow. Their turkey may be a little bigger than yours. It weighs 55 pounds. Whoa. The president of the National Turkey Federation presented the bird yesterday, and as tradition dictates, the president will spare its life. It'll be donated to a petting farm for kids.
We all know that Thanksgiving is more than just an occasion to stuff yourself. It's a uniquely American holiday, a time for remembering all the good things that we've been given, or asking ourselves what good we can find to do. And after all, only America would set aside a special holiday just for the purpose of giving thanks.
Meantime, the New York Times reports there is evidence that the White House was responsible for the search into Bill Clinton's passport files during the campaign.
Well, do the ends justify the means? The founder of the Guardian Angels, Curtis Lewa, confessed that he told several lies to help the group survive the early years. Now, it is now a worldwide volunteer group with nearly 5,000 members.
They are lies, and I created those lies. Now, that's not to say there weren't a lot of good incidents that really did take place of heroic measures that Guardian Angels were involved with.
Lewa says he lied in 1978 about a New York transit fight with a man carrying a shotgun. He says he also faked his own kidnapping back in 1980 while blaming off-duty police. A recent brush with death prompted him to confess. Keeping your car and yourself safe becomes more important as we march into the holidays. But sometimes when we hit the road, we're driving right into trouble. Channel 4's Ed Odell today teams up with Metro-Dade Police Department to keep you from becoming a victim.
He had told his girlfriend to lock the door as they drive when they're in Miami. His door was locked, hers was not. She didn't think anything would happen to her.
Neither did Rose and John Hayward of England when they stopped to ask for directions.
She was inside the car and he had the door open. He was punching her all over her face and pulling her by the neck outside the car.
Both these couples were tourists picked out because of the rental labels on their cars. But more and more highway robbers are targeting locals.
I was sort of looking at them, and before I knew it, this one kid jumps off the bike, and he smashes my car window in. I had no idea what was going on. He took my pocketbook.
It doesn't take very long for you to become an innocent victim of a well-planned crime.
Oh, look, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. It's the brakes are bad on this car. I don't know. I need to go get it fixed, and it's my fault. Look, let me get you my driver's license. I'll get you my driver's license.
In less than a minute, you could be left standing on the street, helpless as your car and the thieves take off. It happens nearly every day in South Florida, usually during busy traffic hours, although it can happen anytime. The most likely place is a busy intersection or expressway on and off ramps. The most likely targets? Tourists, women alone, or people who look confused, like they don't know where they're going. The second scenario is similar, but instead of hitting, they scare you.
You got some smoke coming out of the car. What? Smoke. Pull over. We'll check it out for you. We'll get it.
Where'd you see him?
Coming out of that side right there. Smoke. Right under that tire.
Police say the best solution is, if you're bumped or asked to pull over, don't do it.
If it's just a bump from the rear, and you turn around and you don't feel safe, you should continue to an area where you do feel safe.
How do I know when I should not safe?
Well, if you see people in the back of the car that makes you feel unsafe or uneasy, that is a situation where you should pull to an area where there's other people around.
Even if you're not bumped, even if nobody pulls you over, even if your doors and windows are locked, you could still be a target. Anyone standing on a curb is a potential threat. Any driver with an item of value on the seat, a potential victim.
The main thing is to keep things out of plain view. They walk up and down in the middle of traffic looking inside your car to see if they see a purse or even some packages.
Finally, if robbery is inevitable, give up the purse, even give up the car. Neither is worth your life. Ed Odell, Channel 4 News.
Now, police say these types of robberies happen more this time of year because the bad guys need shopping money, too. Well, tonight, Ed tackles a crime hitting more and more women and the elderly. Driveway robberies. Now, you can see that report tonight at 5 right here on 4 News Now.
And coming up next on the Channel 4 News at noon, before you hit those Thanksgiving sales, listen up. Toys you'll want to avoid for Christmas.
And who is a stronger sex? Why
Oh,
women
please,
are the
please.
winners, Bob. The story coming up.
For now, Dick Clark. Cut. You know, I'm happy to be called America's oldest living teenager. Looking good comes from taking care of yourself. And for me, taking a multivitamin. I've compared them from Centrum to One a Day. And the brand I chose is Formula for Life. Developed by leading physicians and pharmacists, complete with 38 active ingredients and rich in important beta-carotene. Ask for Formula for Life wherever you buy vitamins. Join me for the best. Switch to Formula for Life.
Debbie Hoya lost 25 pounds fast. Tamara Kunz lost 35 pounds fast. Now you too can lose weight fast with the help of this new powerful Formula Trim 3000 diet pill. Formula Trim's new fat-burning plan is so powerful, you can burn more body fat relaxing all day than running 10 miles non-stop. Lorette Morello burned away 17 pounds.
I went from a size 13 to a size 5.
Adam Locust lost 36 pounds, carving 7 inches from his waist. Claire Contavi lost 52 pounds, trimming from a size 14 to a size 6. This powerful doctor-approved diet pill formula is medically proven to work. The new Formula Trim fat-burning plan is so powerful, you can burn more body fat relaxing all day than sweating through 5 exhausting hours of aerobics. Terry Nigelson burned away 15 pounds. Joanne Benora lost 32 pounds. And Annette Barton lost an incredible and amazing 59 pounds. Now you can burn away fat and lose weight fast by calling 1-800-874-2800 for your powerful new Formula Trim 3000 for only $9.95. We accept personal check and credit card orders by phone. Call 1-800-874-2800 now to order your 3-week supply for only $9.95. Call right now and receive your Swedish cellulite cream absolutely free. Your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed. Remember, have your checkbook or credit card ready when calling. That's 1-800-874-2800. Call now.
This holiday, shop in comfort at the Falls. Excellent shopping surrounded by nature, free parking and gift wrapping. The Falls, US 1 at Southwest 136th Street, Miami.
If it was someone else's fault, they probably owe you money. I'm attorney John Fuller. If you've been hurt for the negligence of others, you have rights. Rights that could entitle you to compensation. Call me for a free evaluation. I will advise you of what you may be entitled to. It could be payment for lost wages, hospital or doctor bills, or even just your pain and suffering. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to your family to find out your rights. The longer you delay, the more your rights can be affected.
Mothers have learned from countless doctors and pharmacists to take care of coughs with Robitussin. And they've taken this advice home. Robitussin, recommended by Dr. Mom. Ask your doctor or pharmacist.
There's one cough drop with a trusted ingredient no other cough drop has. Our name, Robitussin Cough Drops. Cough drops from the cough experts.
It's Broadway's biggest season, and the new musical with the biggest story is Falsettos.
Falsettos is terrific. It's about relationships. It's about sex.
of course.
USA Today exclaims the best musical of the season.
It has a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist falls in love.
A heaven-sent gift, raves Frank Rich of the New York Times.
My advice to you, go and see falsettos immediately.
On stage December 1st through 20th at the Parker Playhouse. Tickets at the box office on Ticketmaster or charged by phone.
Right away.
A call comes in.
State County Police on fire.
A child's voice.
My mom having a seizure.
A hero's voice. The system goes to work. 911. Channel 4 News takes you inside the system that saves lives. 911. So simple, a child can use it. Actual calls, actual rescues, actual kids who've become heroes because they knew how to use 911. A special report no family should miss. 911 Rescue. Tonight at 6 and 11 on Channel 4 News. Now, Channel 4 News at noon continues.
Hey guys, once again, Bob, why don't you join me for
I'm
this
listening.
one? Yes,
I'm listening.
This includes you. Women are going to have the last word. You ask why?
Don't you believe it?
Listen to this. Scientific studies show women will outlive men by 7 years.
That's a long time. Channel 4's Ileana Bravo has details in part 2 of her special, Women, the Stronger Sex.
Coming from you.
It's true in every species, fish to birds to people. The females live longer.
Well, that's not fair.
At conception, there are more male embryos than female. At birth, the ratio is evening up. By age 30, it's dead even. By age 80, there are twice as many women as men. Name your cause of death. It kills more men than women. But it's not just natural causes. Men are murdered much more often, usually by other men. Men run more lights, they drive faster, they have more wrecks.
We can do it better, we can do it faster, and we can do it longer. And if we can't, we'll die trying. Like the big monkey in the zoo, got a big thing to prove.
It's true, testosterone is the male hormone. It gives men big muscles and makes them bald. It also makes them more prone to deadly behavior.
I didn't know that.
And it makes them more susceptible to deadly diseases.
Where would a guy like you be without testosterone?
Without testosterone?
That's a good question.
Probably be in the woman's locker room, I guess.
Ileana Bravo for Channel 4 News.
Well, there you have it. In other news, if you want to keep your kids out of the emergency room this holiday season, then you'll want to hear about the troubles in toiling. This is serious stuff here, folks. Another group has released its list of dangerous toys, 21 in all. Among those cited, Oscar the Grouch, Engineer Mickey's wind-up train, a Goldilocks doll, and Flexi Bear Flexi Blocks. Now, most of them are considered dangerous because they have small parts that kids can choke on. Last year, 130,000 kids were treated by doctors for toy-related injuries.
Not only are they not dangerous, but they have been decorated now. 3 Chrysler Corporation cars getting Car of the Year honors from Automobile Magazine. The company's new Eagle Vision, the Dodge Intrepid, and Chrysler Concorde, all honored. They won for their cab-forward design, for construction, and for durability. Durability.
You made me laugh in that last story.
Did I? I'm sorry. He ended up back in the ladies' locker room. All ahead next on the Channel 4 News at noon, we'll go back to Ileana Bravo for a live update on that surgery at Miami Children's Hospital.
And how one barbershop is taking a shortcut to a bizarre world record. The details, hairy details, that is, next.
Come on and catch it, catch the fantasy. Get it live on Channel 4, the place to be. Monday, Wednesday, Friday night, only on Channel 4, that's right. 11 o'clock, ain't you to sin. With Channel 4, you're gonna win. You want the numbers, we got your number. Channel 4, right before the news on Channel 4.
You probably think you know all you need to know about Anacin. Well, you don't know everything. Anacin is such a strong pain reliever, headache sufferers find Anacin more effective against stubborn headaches than regular strength aspirin. So if you get the kind of headaches that affect your work, the kind that put you in a bad mood, the kind that keep you from enjoying yourself, rediscover Anacin for stubborn headache pain.
If it was someone else's fault, they probably owe you money. I'm attorney John Fuller. If you've been hurt for the negligence of others, you have rights. Rights that could entitle you to compensation. Call me for a free evaluation. I will advise you of what you may be entitled to. It could be payment for lost wages, hospital or doctor bills, or even just your pain and suffering. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to your family to find out your rights. The longer you delay, the more your rights can be affected.
If you're a single individual with stocks and bonds worth more than $20,000,
Well, I'm saving those bonds for the future.
or a married couple with intangible assets of more than $40,000.
So how's Ann doing with your investments?
Ann's done wonders with our portfolio. I'm so pleased with the results. You know,
You may be obligated to pay intangible tax under the Florida state law.
We just love it here in Florida.
If you think you or anyone you know owes Florida tax, find out more by calling 1-800-FLA-DOR1.
Everyone knows that sex sells, and provocative poses really pay off. But the girls modeling in those steamy ads are getting younger and younger all the time. How much are parents willing to let their teenage daughters bear in order to earn those big bucks? Where's the line between effective advertising and child pornography? You decide on the next Sally from Miami Beach.
Sally in South Florida, today at 4 on Channel 4.
We've been through a lot this year, but there's so much to be thankful for. In the spirit of giving, Channel 4, along with the Miami Heat, the Toyota Grand Prix of Miami, and the Salvation Army, will hold a Thanksgiving dinner for the people hardest hit by Hurricane Andrew. Volunteers are needed throughout the holidays, so call now, because the best gift of all is giving of yourself. South Florida, we will rebuild.
Return to the magic of childhood at Santa's Enchanted Forest. With over 1 million twinkling lights, Santa's Enchanted Forest makes holiday dreams come to life. Now through January 3rd at Tropical Park.
Now, Channel 4 News at noon continues.
Throughout this newscast, we have been telling you about a medical miracle surgery to give a 4-year-old girl her eyesight back. Let's check back in now with Ileana Bravo for an update. Ileana.
Well, Teresa, surgeons have just completed Melanie Rada's left eye, and they feel very confident that they have been able to get at all the cataracts. Joining us now to talk a little bit about how it went is Dr. Cleve Howard, the lead ophthalmic surgeon on this. You're happy, aren't you?
Yes, things went very well, and I'm very pleased that we've been able to remove the cataract. Because of this girl's particular condition, we're going to do the other eye. It's very difficult to get her into the operating room because of her other medical problems.
Which is
For
her,
that reason,
her chronic anemia is what we're talking about. So you're going to go on to the right eye, and that should take another, what, how long?
We'll say about another hour of surgery, and the preparation and the actual surgery to remove the cataract from the right eye.
Can you commit to, at this point yet, whether she will have her vision restored at the end of it?
If the only problem with her vision was the cataract, and that's what we thought beforehand, she should have good results and should be able to see. We were not able to see in the eye any better than she saw out of the eye before the surgery, so there's always the possibility that there are some retinal changes.
But we will have to wait exactly to see. Okay, Dr. Cleve Howard, thank you very much, and we will be here throughout the operation, continuing with the right eye, and bring this to you in its entirety in the 5 o'clock news tonight. Teresa.
Ileana, thank you very much, and we do hope that it works out for Melanie so that she and her family certainly have a lot to give thanks for this Thanksgiving. Bob?
Well, coming up tonight on 4 News Now, beginning at 5, more on the travel troubles. It is busy today, but is it the calm before the storm? Live reports from the airports and the highways. Is Florida tourism being hurt abroad by recent smash-and-grab attacks? Ari Odzer just back from England with the answer. These reports and much more tonight on 4 News Now at 5. And our Channel 4 News team does not stop coverage there. Tonight at 6.
Can you send me the Reese's Club? My mom having a seizure.
Life and death hangs in the balance. How kids save lives by dialing 911. Don't miss Teresa's special report.
Okay.
Cuban cigars. It's a hot commodity and it's on sale. We'll tell you where, right here on the Channel 4 News at 6.
All right, on a lighter note. So you go to get your holiday haircut and someone sweeps away all your hair. And where does it go? In the trash? Well, guess again, not at a Pasadena salon. Stylists have been rolling up the leftovers for the past 3 weeks, hoping to come up with the world's largest hairball. Why, you ask? Well, they're going to enter it in the annual Doodah parade, like Miami's King Mango Strut, sort of a parade of fools, I guess. These hair raisers expect to collect about 400 pounds of clippings by Saturday.
All they need
No
to go with,
comment.
all they need to go with that is a giant honeycomb.
That's pretty good, I must say.
Have a nice Thanksgiving, everybody.
See you again at 5. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Bye-bye.